And I asked him, what about the Benedetta in this meta, coach? And he's like, you have to run the Baxia. And now the Baxia comes through with the Benedetta. Bigetron are cooking something, Gani.
Definitely a lot of mobility from the composition of BTR. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Lanadon. It's round 2 between Bigetron by Vitality and ONIC. In case you missed it, BTR got the first game. They look to double it here, or perhaps will ONIC equalize with their composition of Leomord, Harith, and KELRA. Let's see.
Well, let's talk about the Benedetta first. Obviously, the elephant in the room, addressing it, right? Obviously, you have ways to proxy the wave. You can play that far lane game.
Whoa.
Oh, Iman. He has to run back. He drops the regen. But yeah, at least with the Baxia, you now have river control. That's going to be the main point of the game for Bigetron by Vitality. Not letting this Leomord play in a safe way, right? The Leomord wants to jump in and wants to fight the neutral objective. The Baxia and the Benedetta just helps with the damage. Sans though.
Stunned up with perfect match. Keyboy looking to provide cover high around the vicinity as well. But no spells were triggered to purify only in the mid lane earlier.
Moreno stands there menacingly, though not doing anything. But yeah, the Atlas also adds more problems than it solves for ONIC. Because now the Leomord has something else to face, which is the mini stuns, the mini CC, and the river control that is so heavy coming in from Bigetron by Vitality. We talked about the Benedetta possibly faring well against the Paquito. There is no Paquito in this game, but at least they're making that presence. The Benedetta can kind of, occupy that Paquito void left behind, right? Especially with the concussive blast. Look at that. Yep. He's going to look for rotations. He's going to look for fast clears. And that is what Shogun will do. And he does particularly well with the Benedetta.
A two-man stun with a perfect match. That will be the end of Kai. And that will be the end of a turtle contest. BTR, what a timing by Vin. Finding angle to take that two-man stun.
That was an expensive kill towards Kyrie. And more towards that was they got the neutral objective, which is what they were trying to do all game long. Still, 2 minutes. Oh, KELRA almost got assassinated there by Eman in a 1v1. He pops the Blazing Duet, but BMI's back, and Nile might want to look for his traces, but no. He'll just farm his way into the later stages of the game. Now, obviously, items is what they need. But look at where Shogun is. He's always mobile. He's always looking for space, looking for angle, even assisting Finn and trying to get the neutral zones because you can't let that choke point fall in the hands of ONIC. With the juice in, they are super oppressive. But at least now you have the Atlas, you have the Benedetta to kind of stop that, I'd say, onslaught coming in from ONIC. This is why they are still kept at bay. They can't do much about it. That's a KELRA Juicin combo, by the way. And it's somehow nullified by the presence of the Baxia. The Atlas too, I believe, is very pivotal. Plus, the Benedetta is what we could talk about all night long. But hey, ONIC, still, they stand a chance. Again, letting the Harith scale, because now gold lane is in a very confusing spot, right, for most gold laners. It's kind of like a weak side, but you're expected to deal the damage needed, obviously, when the late game does come in. But Shogun still goes for that Hep to see, so he still wants damage.
Definitely wants some damage. Now, that's going to be a knocked on towards Finn. Has the Fatal Links and the Flicker. ONIC definitely has that in mind. And so far, it's just a kill here. Almost above 4 minutes in with the turtle spawning top. Let's see if ONIC this time can retaliate and find a recovery.
And let's talk about the Valentina as well, Moreno. He has the IMU, he copies that Leomord ult. And he still receives the same kind of like powers that the Leomord does have, right? The damage reduction, and then you can be such a pest, just running around, running over the players of ONIC in the team fights. And this is what the Valentina is very good at, especially in the hands of a maestro like Moreno. And this will be tested, obviously, in the turtle fight. But Kyrie's still on bottom. He is going to farm that camp, orange buff, into the green camp over there. But I think he wants to leave it behind, because Shogun's gonna be there, existing, trying to shoo him away. And now it forces Kyrie in a tough spot, because I don't think ONIC does have a way here unless they look for an engage.
Now that's going to be the turtle secured by Nile. That's going to be Keyboy finding two-man stun. Uh-oh, Shaman Potion. That's going to be Bigetron finding the collapse. G-Boy taking down Nile. Barely survives.
Moreno
taking down Bigetron. Still able to reposition as they take Luke P down, ladies and gentlemen. Another favorable trade, but KELRA gets the goal that he needs. That's gonna be Kai, frozen, stunned up. Emon jumping back, Kai finds the kill. Emon slays him, and it's a mess here after Turtle 2.
That is an upheaval. That is a chaotic fight. And it's very hard to tell who won that trade, but I believe Bigetron does have tempo from it. They got the turtle, they got a few kills towards Kyrie, but at least KELRA is still kept at bay. It's still super safe, but so is Eman. And now he's gonna farm even more. DHS completed, he's going to go, I believe, for that golden staff second item, the Solium Sight for KELRA. So at least the items are there, the damage is there as well for KELRA. That's gonna be what you expect from him. Final blow into Finn coming in. But I don't think he's going to be backed up. But look at Aldo. He's going to take space. And did he retry that one out? Because Kyrie lost that. And will they look for a punish? Because now ONIC are collapsing together. It's Bigetron. Look at the control that they have. Even not only to the river, but to the jungle of ONIC. So much grasp onto the territories that ONIC really wants to win. And Eman will be able to... Oh, KELRA, this is the dash, and he'll be able to clear this one out. Yep, I believe KELRA will be able to. And now, look B.
That's gonna be the dive. Oh, take a look at the coordination, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you gank a Terizla.
Yep, especially with the body of Smith and how tanky he is. But when you layer him down with multiple CCs, you don't know what to do. And man, missing duet.
Oh, that's a very forceful engage in the bottom side. Amon, calm, blazing duet. And he is safe. Take a look at top already with the cut by Shogun on this Benedetta, which means he is able to apply pressure elsewhere, as it is going to be a perfect turtle for Bigetron in the second game. And lane Sans in trouble. That's gonna be Sans taken very low. Oh, Shogun overextended. Will be capitalized. Shogun for the turtle here this time round.
This has been the main theme for ONIC ever since game one. And they really kind of let go of the neutral objective. They want Kyrie to farm. That was with the Yi Sun-Shin, but I think with the Leo mode, you gotta contest it. But then the problem is there is a Baxia, there is the Atlas, and then you have a second horse coming in with the Valentina IMU. So then that becomes tricky. That becomes really, really hard for ONIC to work with, to work through. Because Bigetron, super strong lineup that they have here. Oh, here comes the Phantom Steed, but it's all just gonna clear the wave, and Moreno will cost his IMU for that trade.
It is still very, very close here, ladies and gentlemen. Bigetron already will with the win.
Hey!
It is KB and Limpocho restreaming outside. But it is still 2K gold lead for the Red Robots.
Yep.
And ONIC, they are catching strays, they're looking for compensation. Again, just the mobility, right? You got the Claude, you got the Baksha, the Atlas, and the Benedetta. That's a lot of speed in the composition of BTR.
And not only speed, you have survivability too, right? Nile with the Baxia mark, he can bypass and at least reduce the damage that the Chusin will give you, especially with the Harith as well, and then the Leo Mord too. Plus, you have that anti-regen to stop the kind of sustainability from the Brave Smite, from like the Chusin shield and all that stuff. So it kind of really helps when you want to play the long, drawn-out team fight. But as of now, it's a momentary lull. Everyone's shrouded behind silence. Shogun just works his way again. This is gonna always attract ONIC like a magnet. They need someone to address this Benedetta. So this is where it gets tricky for ONIC to enter the Bennett, as the Lord will spawn now, and let's take a look at what they want to do.
Definitely. It is still BTR who holds more control on the map. Map is slightly red at this point. If not, it's gonna be redder. But ONIC, they are, I guess they struggle to find angles here to fight.
Yep.
No clear locks, no long engages. At least so far, BTR is not letting a big fight to happen. Maybe this might be it.
Yeah, this might be it. I mean, you need an engagement to Rizla. Looking for the penalty zone. Finn, though, is close by.
Yeah, that's pretty perfect match. Keyboy taking very low force. Keyboy to use the flicker early.
Oh!
Only one though. Limpy taken down. The big penalty zone finds Sukai. And KELRA is leading again. The Red Robots finds a collapse and take a look at the shred by Amon. The Red Raider combined with the Maestro equals total destruction.
Down to the minute details. That was perfection. That was not Ludby. That was Moreno with the stolen penalty zone. Playing behind the Purifies. That was popped because of that fatal links. Moreno is an absolute monster. He is the maestro. He's the one conducting everything. An orchestra of cheers created by one man and his fingers. And now Bigetron, they take the Lord ONIC. Left speechless. Wow.
Amazing stuff from BTR as they clear the Lord. Match point is within their sights if they're able to keep this pace. ONIC again struggling. It seems like BTR, they figured out, and here comes another engage. Rizla is not even tanky enough. That's getting Nile though, knocked back on the base. Take a look at the passive. The passive saved Nile, ironically.
Man, oh man, this is very, very insane. This is a new level of Bigetron we never thought they could unlock. This is the Bigetron sitting in Mirko's dreams and his watch party starts!
Uh-oh, Crimson Beacon to safety. KELRA under the mid.
KELRA
finds Moreno. That's gonna be Shogun taken down.
KELRA
BTR overextended, and ONIC responds in the 11th minute as Keyboy looks for an engage. Keyboy shuts him on down as Kai takes the kill, and suddenly 4 members of BTR are on the floor.
Is this the folklore they talk about in the playoffs? Is this the biggest choke? Finally activated! They overextended. KELRA went for a heroic play. Amon Force dashed in front, got the kill towards Maestro Moreno before he couldn't do much about it. And then Keyboy with the collapse on Amon, a flicker raging sandstorm to catch him off guard. And finally, ONIC has breathing space. Slowly but surely up top. That turret is gonna fall down soon as well. And at least for a moment, they have a sanctuary. It's not over yet. Bigetron by Vitality still is the leading team in this series, in this game particularly. But we might never know what the future holds, because this is such a close game. ONIC still holding strong. And again, this Harith will always be the star of the show in the late game. When it scales, it is a hyper carry, and ONIC will bank on that. But hey, the turret up top, they didn't really clear it down, so still stands.
They're still standing, and we got a game realized here in the second game. It's not a one-sided game like the first game, ladies and gentlemen. In case you just tuned in, it's a very tug of war type of game here in the second game. 20 seconds on the clock. Now it's just 1,500 gold lead between them. Definitely ONIC can pull some strings to turn things around, but again, BTR, they have been the better, the bolder team, and so far still.
There are still layers to this game. Hey, I do know that guy. That's the ex-team manager of Bigetron by Vitality. I think it was 2 seasons ago. But yeah, this Beretta is going full damage. So of course it wants to assassinate, which means that it is still kind of squishy. Sure, there are the damage dispels it has, in the skills with the an eye for an eye, but it is still super squishy and it is still burstable. So ONIC can find that window. I mean, all they need to do is just be wary of an Atlas engage, right? This forces Sans and KELRA to run the Purify, and the Bennett can just chase them down. KELRA goes for the concentrated energy, the CE. He looks for that sustainability, for that, little spell vamp as well, so that he can survive in the late game. And ONIC, will this be the time for them to come and finally fight for the neutral objectives, because so far they have none to their hands, right? Zero turtles. This Lord might be proving grounds for them. As Bigetron looks for something. Finn. Oh!
Liquor, Fatal Links, Purify Pop. KELRA! Finds the kill! And he survives! Shogun finally shuts him down, but here comes Kai with the double. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kai and KELRA show! And Bigetron, they got the early game, but it seems like here minute 15 is just highlight reels for the porcupines / hedgehogs.
That's a wipeout! And to the junkyard, the machinery goes. The Sky Kings finally, with their divine intervention, shuts down the entirety of Bigetron by Vitality.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the first game, it was a BTR wiping ONIC out and then ending the game. In the second game, it will be different. ONIC will wipe BTR out and destroy the base of BTR. It's one apiece here in the fight for the upper bracket finals.
A twist of fate, it seems like, destined to be Bigetron's game. But ONIC, they refuse to surrender. They are the kings of the skies. Smiting Bigetron from above with an insane turn, heralded by KELRA, the gold standard. What is a Mon-Force dash in a heroic play? And ONIC equalized the score. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a game in our hands. Wow.
Earlier, if you saw the media screen and realized Coach Yeb laughed. And at that point, we knew, well, I personally know that, oh, it's going to be one apiece. Because Coach Yeb laughed on the mini screen.
That's true.
That means dangerous times. And we will go to a game 3 with one apiece.
I will not take anything from Bigetron in game 2. They played a spectacular game. The way they layered the team fight. That Moreno engaged behind the Fatal Links that was purified away. This is why they bring out, you know, the Valentina. This is why they also brought out the Benedetta. Because they could chase. No flickers, no nothing but this move.
This was
I believe, from KELRA. Dashed into possible death. But he cheats it nonetheless.